Alright, welcome back to another episode of Chip Theory. Today I'm going to be discussing yet another Phrygian key, E-flat Phrygian. This is going to look familiar to those who watched the D-sharp Phrygian video, as we're simply stating the enharmonic equivalent of D-sharp Phrygian by stating E-flat Phrygian. So instead of using all the sharp names, we're going to use the flats. So here's the flat, E-flat. And we're going to move up to have a chromatic scale here from E flat to D on the right. So here's E flat, E, F, G flat, G, A flat, A, B flat, B, C, D flat, and D. Now the first thing we want to realize about the Phrygian mode is the pattern for Phrygian mode. And the pattern for Phrygian, the Phrygian scale, is simply the major scale descending. So we know the major scale is whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. We know the Phrygian mode is just saying that in reverse. So it's half, whole, 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 half, whole, whole. Or simply the major scale descending. That's the first thing we want to realize is the pattern. The second thing I want to talk about is the relative major key that E flat Phrygian will be relative to. So I'm going to move the E flat down here to the right. And the way we find out what our relative major key is we count 4 half steps downwards from our keynote. So if E flat is our keynote, we can count down 4 half steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, to this note here. Now this is a B, or in this case it's going to be a C flat because we're using our flat naming convention. So for that, since it's a white chip being flatted to C flat, I'm going to use a red chip here to represent the white key that's been flatted from C to C flat. Okay, so every time we have a white key that has a flat, since C flat in major has 7 flats, I'm going to use red chips for those. That makes them easier to remember. Now, since we know now that C flat is our relative major of E flat Phrygian, we know it's 4 half steps down this way. We also know it's going to be 8 up from E flat to C flat, because there are 12 half steps in a total octave. So if we count up here 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we come to what will then be the 6th of our Phrygian scale. And always in Phrygian, the relative major lands on the 6th degree of the scale. So now we're going to go ahead and count the E flat Phrygian mode using this pattern. We're going to use a half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, and again our final whole step will be from the D flat to the octave E flat. So here we have our E flat Phrygian mode. Now here we have this F flat. I'm going to go ahead and use a red chip there for the F flat as well. That's another white chip that's been flatted, or a white key that's flatted from F to F flat. So our notes are E flat, F flat, G flat, A flat, B flat, C flat, D flat, and E flat. I'm going to go ahead and remove the notes that are not in our E flat Phrygian scale. It leaves us the 7 notes of E flat Phrygian. Now you can see the pattern becomes apparent. Coming downwards, we have the major scale pattern of a whole step, half, whole, 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 and then a half here from E flat to F flat. Now here we have our E flat Phrygian scale. Now it's easy enough to tell now that we have an E flat major scale with a flat 2, flat 3, a flat 6, and a flat 7. So we've taken F and flatted it to F flat, a 3 note here, G, and lowered it to G flat, We've taken the 6, C, and lowered it to C flat, and D and lowered it to D flat, giving us E flat Phrygian. We can also see that if we take the relative major here on the 6th degree, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, C flat, and we move these two notes down here, we have a C flat major, or Ionian mode. C flat, D flat, E flat, F flat, G flat, A flat, and B flat. Now if we were to give these scale degrees numbers, C flat would be 1, D flat is 2, E flat is 3, F flat is 4, G flat would be 5, G flat, A flat would be 6, and B flat would be 7. So we want to remember those scale degrees as we move back into our E flat Phrygian mode. As the Phrygian scale is the third mode of the major scale, it has the third note of relative major for the first note. So our scale degrees would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root or 1, and 2, the 2 note. So here is where we have our E flat, F flat, G flat, A flat, B flat, C flat, and D flat for E flat Phrygian. And the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2 of C flat, our relative major, which has all flats, 7 flats. Realizing that, we can then make our triads of E flat Phrygian. Here we have E flat, G flat, B flat, which is a minor triad for the 3, 5, 7 scale degrees of C flat. E flat, G flat, and B flat. It's minor. The second triad of E flat Phrygian will be F flat, A flat, C flat, the 4, 6 root scale degrees. F flat, A flat, C flat is major. Our third triad will be the flat 3 major, G flat, B flat, and D flat, or 5, 7, 2 of C flat. It's major, G flat, B flat, D flat. Our fourth triad here is going to be A flat, C flat, E flat. Again, it's 6 root 3 of our relative major. This is the root. 6 root 3 is a minor triad. A flat, C flat, and E flat. All right, the fifth triad is going to be diminished, B flat, D flat, and F flat, or 7, 2, 4 of C flat. B flat, D flat, F flat is diminished. All right, the 6, our relative major, the flat 6, is C flat, E flat, and G flat, which is major, or root 3rd, 5th. And the 7th triad will be the flat 7, a minor triad, 2, 4, 6, D flat, F flat, and A flat. Okay, D flat minor. Again, our degrees, or qualities of each scale degree here, are the 3rd note is going to be minor, a flat 2 major, flat 3 major, 4 minor, 5 diminished, flat 6 major, and flat 7 minor. We're going to realize our 7th chords based on alternating scale tones of the scale like this, except they're going to be going in this direction. So starting here on E flat, everything's flatted, E flat, G flat, B flat, and D flat. Again, this is much like the D sharp Phrygian video, except this is enharmonic. E flat, G flat, B flat, and D flat is a minor 7 7th chord, a 3/4/3 spacing, and it also has 1+2s on the intervals here between the two minor thirds. Our flat 2 is going to be the F flat, A flat, C flat, and E flat. This is an F flat major 7, a 4/3/4 spacing, with a 2+1 here for the minor third. F flat, A flat, C flat, E flat. Alright, our third 7th chord of E flat Phrygian is going to be 5/7/2/4 of C flat, G flat, B flat, D flat, and F flat. Once again, 5/7/2/4 is always a dominant 7 chord. The scale degrees, 5/7/2/4 scale degrees equals a dominant 7, or a 4/3/3 spacing, with a 1+2 here and a 2+1 interval here for this minor third. Again, it's 5/7/2/4. In this position, it's 5/7/2 and 4 of the relative major. The third row of E flat Phrygian. Again, the dominant 7 always lands on your third chord in Phrygian mode. The fourth chord is going to be the 6√3/5. It's a minor 7. A flat, C flat, E flat, and G flat. 6√3/5 is a minor 7. A flat minor 7. It differs slightly from this minor 7 in that it's going to have one of each on its minor third intervals. It has a 2+1 here between A flat and C flat, and a 1+2 here between E flat and G flat for your scale. And what that means is simply A flat to C flat, you have A flat to B flat as 2, and B flat to C flat as 1. So this interval has a 2+1 here, and a 1+2 is the opposite of that. Now here on our 5th chord, we have a diminished triad with a major third on top. 7/2/4/6 is a half diminished, or minor 7 flat 5. Here it's going to be B flat, D flat, F flat, and A flat. Again, F flat to A flat is a major third, or 4 half steps. And these two minor third intervals are going to have a 1+2 here and a 2+1 here, which is a half diminished chord on the 5th degree of E flat Phrygian. Or B flat, minor 7 flat 5, B flat, D flat, F flat, A flat. The 6th chord is our relative major chord, a C flat major 7 on the flat 6, C flat, E flat, G flat, and B flat. Again, C flat is a major 7, it's our relative major, √3/5/7 scale degrees. It's going to have a 1+2 interval for the minor third between its third and the 5th, 1+2 here. And the 7th chord is flat 7, minor 7, 2/4/6 root, D flat, F flat, A flat, and C flat, which is a D flat minor 7. Okay, the minor thirds on this one have 2+1 intervals, 2+1 here and a 2+1 here. Those are going to be your 7 chords of E flat Phrygian. You're going to have E flat minor 7, and F flat 2, F flat major 7, flat 3, G flat dominant, a 4, A flat minor 7, a 5, B flat half diminished, a flat 6, C flat major 7, and a flat 7, D flat minor 7. Okay, let's talk about the inversions of these chords. Assuming that the scale degrees do not change, we're going to have the third degree here, but we're going to be talking about the interval of these, the spacing of these inversions, as opposed to their scale degrees. But before we do, if we take a look at this, we have here across the bottom, all the roots, you have the Phrygian mode, right? You have half, whole, 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 half, whole, whole. On the thirds, if you were to play across the row here on all the third notes, in E flat Phrygian, you're going to have the Mixolydian mode. So the pattern would be whole, whole, half, half, whole. On the third, all across the third row here, or the fifths, you'd have a Locrian mode, half, whole, whole, half, whole, whole, whole. And across the sevenths, you're going to have a Dorian scale. Again, this is just 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root across the top. So all of these patterns across here have their respective mode as well. And when you take them all in inverse, when you take this backwards, you have all the modes here, all the patterns are here, if you can say them ascending and descending. Again, your Phrygian pattern is ascending, is the major scale coming down. Your Mixolydian going up is your Aeolian coming down. Your Locrian up is your Lydian coming down, and Dorian is the same up as it is down. So they're all 7 here. Anyways, back to our one chord here, the E flat minor 7, based on the 3, 5, 7, 2. It's going to be a 3-4-3 spacing. We take our E flat up. We have a 4-3-2 spacing, starting on G flat, B flat, D flat, E flat, through a 3-2-3 inversion, starting on B flat, D flat, D flat, E flat, G flat, to the 2-3-4, starting on D flat, E flat, G flat, and B flat. Coming down as B flat, G flat, E flat, D flat, G flat, E flat, D flat, B flat, E flat, D flat, B flat, G flat, and D flat, B flat, G flat, E flat, or E flat minor 7, the one chord of E flat Phrygian. Our second chord was a flat 2, a major 7, F flat, A flat, C flat, E flat. Again, the quality of this differs from this, and that is a 4-3-4 spacing of half steps between them, 4-3-4 for major 7s. Moving our F flat to the top, we're going to have a 3-4-1, starting on A flat, C flat, E flat, F flat, to a 4-1-4, starting on C flat, E flat, F flat, A flat, to the 1-4-3 inversion, starting on E flat, F flat, A flat, C flat. Coming down as C flat, A flat, F flat, E flat, A flat, F flat, E flat, C flat, F flat, E flat, C flat, A flat, and E flat, C flat, A flat, F flat, or F flat major 7. The 3 chord of E flat Phrygian is the G flat dominant 7. Dominant 7s have a 4-3-3 spacing. So we're going to move the G flat, B flat, D flat, F flat. We're going to move our G flat to the top. This will give us a 3-3-2 inversion of a dominant 7, starting with B flat, D flat, F flat, G flat, to the second inversion, 3-2-4, starting on D flat, F flat, G flat, and B flat, to the 2-4-3 inversion, starting on F flat, G flat, B flat, and D flat. Coming down as D flat, B flat, G flat, F flat, B flat, G flat, F flat, D flat, G flat, F flat, D flat, B flat, and F flat, D flat, B flat, G flat. Our 4 chord was the A flat minor 7, 6 root 3-5. It also is a 3-4-3 spacing. A flat, C flat, E flat, and G flat. Moving our A flat up, we have the 4-3-2 inversion, starting on C flat to E flat, G flat, and A flat, to a 3-2-3 position, starting on E flat, G flat, A flat, C flat, to our 2-3-4 position, starting on G flat, A flat, C flat, and E flat. Moving down is E flat, C flat, A flat, G flat, C flat, A flat, G flat, E flat, A flat, G flat, E flat, C flat, and G flat, E flat, C flat, and A flat on the 4th position. A flat minor 7. The 5 chord is a half diminished, B flat half diminished, which is a 3-3-4 spacing. B flat, D flat, F flat, A flat. Moving our B flat up, we have a 3-4-2 position, half diminished 7, starting on D flat, F flat, A flat, B flat, to our 4-2-3, starting on F flat, A flat, B flat, D flat, to our 2-3-3 position, starting on A flat, B flat, D flat, and F flat. Coming down as F flat, D flat, B flat, A flat, D flat, B flat, A flat, F flat, B flat, A flat, F flat, D flat, and A flat, F flat, D flat, B flat. For our 5 chord, B flat half diminished 7. The 6th position, the 6th row here, was a C flat major 7 with relative major root 3/4 7, root 3/5 7, the 4-3-4 spacing, C flat, E flat, G flat, and B flat. Here we have a 3-4-1 starting on E flat, G flat, B flat, C flat, to a 4-1-4 starting on G flat, B flat, C flat, E flat, or 1-4-3, B flat, C flat, E flat, G flat. Coming down is G flat, E flat, C flat, B flat, E flat, C flat, B flat, G flat, C flat, B flat, G flat, E flat, and B flat, G flat, E flat, C flat. Our 7th chord, our flat 7, is a minor 7, starting on D flat, D flat, F flat, A flat, C flat, or 2, 4, 6 root, D flat minor 7 to 3, 4, 3. Moving our D flat up, we have a 4, 3, 2, starting on F flat, A flat, C flat, D flat, to a 3, 2, 3, starting on A flat, C flat, D flat, F flat, to our 2, 3, 4, starting on C flat, D flat, F flat, A flat. Coming down is A flat, F flat, D flat, C flat, F flat, D flat, C flat, A flat, D flat, C flat, A flat, F flat, and C flat, A flat, F flat, D flat. Again, those are the 7 chords of E flat Phrygian. You have an E flat minor 7 for your 1, a flat 2, F flat major 7, flat 3, G flat dominant 7, a 4, A flat minor 7, a 5, B flat half diminished 7, a flat 6, C flat major 7, and a flat 7, D flat minor 7. And those are your chords of E flat Phrygian, the enharmonic spelling of D sharp Phrygian.